Howdy, y'all. I'm Mr. Holga.
And I'm Todd Puckett.
And this is Don's Used Photo Equipment. And hey, say it with us.
The Great
Wall of Film. Should be in front of the Great Wall of Film. Yes, we are here in front of the Great Wall of Film.
Thank you for saying it with us.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. On cue. You know, we should just put it like a little bouncing ball, the Great Wall of Film at the bottom.
I like it. But that'd take you 3 days to sit there and do that.
Yeah, all the programming. I'm sorry, guys. You got to
imagine it.
Hey, the Great Wall of Film is getting super great, and as a matter of fact,
it's got a new edition.
It's got a new edition. So hold on. We're going to talk about this new edition from. Can we even hint that it's from?
Oh well.
From our Italian friends. From the Italian friends. So hold on. Stay tuned. First, we're going to talk about that it doesn't look like he's lost any weight, but he's been putting in some serious elbow grease into cleaning up around here, right? I didn't know there was a short supply of elbow grease. So
there is now.
You're all out. Sold out of elbow grease.
I am so. Yes, last year my goal was to clean this place up, and I mean there's
a new sheriff in town,
and we're going to clean this joint up. And that's what I've been doing. I started front, worked to the back. Now I'm in the back doing a lot of work. And thankfully, my neighbor next door lets me use his trash sometimes. So, yeah, I mean, there's just so much. I threw away probably 100 slide trays.
Ooh, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I threw and then everything that's up there now is
nobody's
on
using
the floor.
them. Nobody's using them.
Well, a few people are.
Nobody's buying them.
I kept some. I still have some.
Yeah.
And so then I put a bunch of stuff up on the floor, up on that top rack, and then of course I started finding other stuff. I found 3 more SX70s. I found about 5 different more AE1s.
Wait a second. So the slide trays. So the slide trays were, how much did they cost? About $10 a slide tray?
No, new. They were, well.
No, what were you selling for?
Oh, I was selling them for $6 or $8.
$6 or $8. Now that he's thrown half of them away, they're $12.
Yeah.
Right? And if he throws another half away, it's $24.
Yeah, it's logical.
This is how it works, guys.
It's supply and demand.
Mm-hmm. There's less supply.
And there's no demand.
That is a flaw in the plan.
That is a flaw in the plan. But during all of this cleaning up, these are some of the things in which I thought of doing. I said, okay, in order to help this thing move along,
yes,
I am putting things in groups, and I want to sell them off in groups. So at the end of the year, like I said, I wanted to have that area back there cleaned up so I can do some shooting. In fact, hopefully, September, October, Mr. Holga can do a tintype shoot back there.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. So,
I haven't done one yet this year, guys. I need to.
Yes, and I'm hoping to get between this counter right here at the end and that back wall cleared out. And I'm not just saying throw away. I mean, like sell what's sellable, price what's sellable, but the junk, it's like side trays, things like that, move it out.
Well, you know what you're going to do? You should do. I'm not saying we have not discussed this.
No.
This fall, you need to have the mega sidewalk sale.
Yes.
Mega sidewalk sale of all the sidewalk sale to end all sidewalks.
The sidewalk sale of all sidewalks.
Yes. As a matter of fact, we might sell sidewalk.
Or like chunks of the concrete.
Yeah, there you go. We just chip some.
Just chip it off and $10. It's famous sidewalk.
Like the Berlin Wall. Just little baggies of concrete.
That's it. Exactly. Now he's catching on.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, so back there, like I said, I have cleared a bunch of stuff out. I'm sorting through a bunch of stuff. I have found some really cool things, and as soon as I make sure they work and everything, they'll be up here for sale. But again, back to the bulk sale items. I've got boxes of all different kinds of light bulbs, like for slide projectors, for this, for that.
Right.
I got boxes and boxes of just different kind of bulbs. I'm going to put all of those bulbs in one pile and sell them for one price for all the bulbs, and it's going to be a discount. So if you're just in need of tons of different odd and end bulbs, or you want to put them in your store and sell them, I'm going to have that. And then
I've got to go with one big package.
Yeah, one big
package deal.
And then I've got a whole table back there of Polaroid stuff.
Yes. How many SX70s have you come across?
Probably now close to 25 to 30.
I mean, in your defense, they made millions of them.
They made it.
They made millions of them. However, they working ones seem to be the rare commodity.
Yes.
And getting them back to working and things
Well,
like that. I mean, or there's a
actually,
good chance that some that still do work. but,
I
you know,
have but I have sent.
You've handed off. You've handed off
about a dozen of them to Zane to
Zane,
fix
yes.
and convert to 600. Because I keep hearing rumors that SX70 film may not be around. I don't know.
Yeah, so convert to the 600
600s.
film
And then
because it's more widely available.
Far more widely available.
Right.
And you get all the different fun things with it. So I will have, not the SX70s, but I also run across a bunch of other different Polaroid stuff back there.
Right.
Which I'll probably put in one big pile and sell it off probably end of September during a certain 3-day weekend.
I don't understand. You like before the fair opens?
Oh, no.
How about that time?
When the State Fair of Texas.
about that? Yeah,
In
yeah.
fact,
Some 3-day weekend?
So somewhere in mid-September, I'm going to
Okay.
just put these big bad boys.
All right.
Just a pile of folding 600s and whatever, the 600 ones, not the SX70s. But I have probably
3-day event to not be named. Okay.
Well, not. We can name it.
No, it's fine.
All right, but you know,
It's a
since
little early. It's a little. Don't get your hopes up.
Yeah. So there's during this time. So I'm not going to have one big sell on a bunch of stuff. I'm just going to have sells as we go through the year to clear stuff out. And from that counter right there, all the way to that back wall, I want it cleared out, and I want to sell a bunch of it, and I want that thing open so we can have a tintype shoot back there.
Yeah.
And what that hopefully means for you is on the little odd end things, a good sell.
A good sale.
But I found, like I said, I found 5 more Canon A1s.
Yeah.
All right. I just sent 12 off this morning to get them fixed.
Yeah.
You know, just CLA, refurbished, whatever the current term is.
Sure.
The hipster term. Mm-hmm. So I sent about 12 of those things off.
Hipsters.
On top of about the 12 that I've already sent off. And hopefully by the time school starts in September, I'll have a lot of those things back for school.
Excellent.
And then over the next month, I'll find more and send them off. I probably got another dozen to send off.
Sounds like a plan.
It is, it is. So that is going to be between now and October, the goal.
It's quite a juggling act. I mean, it's a lot of balls in the air as far as, you know, cameras getting repaired, finding cameras, sending them off, getting them back,
putting things in piles.
putting things in piles.
Oh my gosh! I mean, like I said, I'm opening things up and I find 3 more SX70s, and I'm sitting there going, "Oh no!" So I put those in a pile.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I will have a bunch of those things refurbished by Holga week.
Holga week.
They can't use those for Holga.
They can't. We use them for
Don't
Holga
use
week.
them for
No.
Holgas.
But
By
yeah,
that time.
it's dangerously close to around that time period.
Yeah,
So
it is. It is.
it is. You know.
So you're going to see, hopefully, well, a lot of people don't. They just walk in, look at the wall, buy film, and walk out. And the other thing too is that whenever I clear up a lot of space, that means I'll bring in some more stuff. I've got a line of tripods I want to bring in. So it's not clear out, leave it open, which I do need to do with a lot of it. But it's cleared out and also bring some things in that I can put in there.
Well, I mean, soon you're going to have it where people can walk more in the store because there's been a section of the store that's been closed off for a little while, and if it gets safe enough,
Several
you can
years.
open it up and people can do more browsing because, you know, there are those people who just love to come in, who buy nothing, they just want to come look around.
But the people that make,
especially if they're from out of state or out of this Dallas. Yeah.
And we get a lot of visitors.
I've heard so much about this place.
Yes, yes. I just wanted to see the wall of film.
It's everything I expected and more.
Yes, yes. So we have a lot of people who walk in, look around, and just go, wow.
There's so much stuff.
Yeah. So hopefully there'll be less stuff. But hopefully, don't get scared.
Less is more.
Less is more. But also, because I tidy things up, don't freak out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, people go, oh my God, what's happening? What's going on? Are you dying? No.
Now, I've known him for years, guys. He is not a neat freak. No.
In my mind, I am.
It's true. In his mind.
I am OCD in my mind. But in reality.
But you wouldn't be able to tell it from the store.
It doesn't. There's something in there blocking it.
Does not translate. The hands and the mind just not doing that.
It's not getting there.
No,
but
not at all.
So many things came in. I mean, I just got I just bought a box of stuff recently. Now it is affecting what I buy.
You're being selective.
I'm being a lot more selective. A lot more selective. So I am actually got a really cool compact flash camera that I am shooting, testing, And then as soon as I get the results, I will have that out.
Okay.
Yes. And I'm sitting here going, some of those things in great shape are going for freaking $800.
Really?
I know. Inflation. That's all I can think of because I'm sitting there going, I don't even think it was close to that when it came out new.
You know, I was really so
Anyway,
last
as soon
week,
as it's tested, I will have it.
last weekend, you had a kid in here, and mind you, I say a kid. Anybody younger than us is a kid. Okay, right? We both agree on that. So
Sure.
I don't care if that means you're 49, you're a kid. We had a kid in here last week with a camcorder, you know,
Yeah.
a tape camcorder. Could not figure out how to work,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we couldn't figure out how to get it to work either. But you know, that's not the only kid that I've seen who's been trying to get these camcorders
yeah.
to work, and it's like, oh my gosh, is like, are these things like super popular again?
They're
It's
very
like,
popular, but they're still also, again, they're relatively inexpensive by comparison to
yeah,
things.
they're cheap.
That's
But the question is getting one that
popular.
works.
Yes, that's the problem. That's another thing. I have run across a dozen of those things, but I don't know if any of them work.
Yeah.
So,
Just because it powers on doesn't mean it works.
It works.
It's like, oh, I got a red blinking light. That doesn't mean it works.
so I will be testing a bunch of these things that I have pulled out as soon as I have some room. I am hoping to clear off that table back there of Polaroid stuff.
Yeah. So a camcorder, by camcorder I mean obviously it's
Well,
it's a video recorder that's using a tape,
A
magnetic tape. Not the. There are some with digital hard drives, but I'm talking magnetic tape. You have to be able to have one that has a battery and some way to charge the battery.
Yes,
You know, that's
the battery that
that's the
works.
complete system.
Now, a lot of those batteries you can get at like EVS.
You can get a new one.
You can get it new ones, or they can. Yeah, there's places to get a lot of that stuff right now.
Okay.
But whenever I go through this stuff and I pull these things out and I put them on a table, and the ones that don't work, I had a box of them, like a dozen or so, that I sold for props. I mean, like $100
Yeah.
for the box.
I mean, yes, some
And,
of them just look cool.
yeah.
They're not as cool as like Super 8 or 8mm cameras, especially the ones that are all kind of Art Deco. But they
Yeah.
do have an
So,
interesting look to them.
There will be a lot of little odd and end cells going on, just as scattered throughout. Except for the sidewalk cell, there's not going to be one big cell. There's just going to be, as I find things and put them in pile cell.
Okay.
And the bulbs will appear pretty soon.
The bulbs.
The bulbs.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's like now I've got them in two groups. I got to get them all together, and then I got to go through and figure out, about what the third of the price would be. Figure out the value. And
Yeah.
the third. So just
Price to sell, guys.
come in and just check things out.
Nosy around a
always-
little bit, yeah.
Well, don't open up
Don't get
boxes.
too nosy.
Don't
He's
get
still
too nosy.
his inner single child syndrome.
Yeah, it's only child syndrome. That is very true. Yeah, but again.
I know he's got
can I
only child syndrome, and I like poking at
You know,
it. So.
you know what really kind of picks at my only child syndrome?
What's that?
Was it when somebody walks in and they keep their hands in their pocket all the time? They go up and they grab something and look at it and put it and they put their hand in their pocket. It's like that's how things wind up in pockets.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah.
That can't be.
It
Say it
is.
isn't so.
It is. So that's an only child syndrome thing.
I thought that maybe it was a store owner thing.
Well, yes, it is a store owner thing.
I was like, hands in your pockets, leave your jacket. I mean,
no. Keep your hands out of the pockets. Don't put your
some kid was in here in a coat the other day, and mind you, it's the hottest June on record, and I'm like, no, that's wrong.
Yeah, but it's like, well, I could do that too. Whenever I could block things out. So when I was younger. But anyway, we're getting way off track.
We are. All right, but since we're already way off track, and before we get to our Italian friends, they are our Italian friends. Happy fourth year anniversary for videos.
Yes.
Exactly.
It is the July 4 years.
July 4 years. So essentially, our first video came out July 4th, 2019. We're recording this just before the 4th of July.
Yeah.
It's going to come out just after the 4th of July. So, hey, happy 4 years. We've had a great time doing this, a lot of fun.
Yes.
And people are still enjoying our shtick, I suppose.
Even more now than earlier. Oh my God, I went back and I started looking at it. It's like our first 10 videos. Some of them haven't even broken 20 hours watched.
No, some of the earlier ones, it's like, wow, it's like, that seems so small.
But the thing of it is it has a ton of information in them.
Oh, a lot, loads,
A lot.
still loads.
Our film.
So please do us a favor, go watch some of the older first year videos and give them a little bit of love, because we were talking about some good things
Our
back then.
film one. I mean, we went over a bunch of stuff on the
nobody's, now mind you, some of the film is no longer available. Therein lies the problem.
That's true, but it's a look back in history now.
It's
History Channel.
It's for historians. Well, you know, also last weekend you said you just set Dad up and let him watch some videos, and he had some thoughts.
Oh, when no, I mean he said he watched the videos and he goes, you know, I forgot that I made those reflectors.
Okay, yeah, right.
Yeah, he says because whenever we were first in here 20 years ago, my dad loves sewing, loves to sew.
He's very crafty.
There he is. And he would get spring wire, and then he would wind up just creating reflectors, two-sided reflectors, and fold them up and make pouches for them, and we would sell those. I mean, we sold hundreds of them.
Cheap and easy.
Cheap and easy.
Probably could just whip them out in no time.
But in those days, a reflector was like $60 or something. They were expensive. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, a wave of them came over from overseas, and we couldn't even get the material. We couldn't even get the material for what they were selling the whole thing for.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And at that point, my dad stopped. But that was like that was over.
Yeah, but
decade ago.
Do you have any left that have you when you were going through all this stuff? If you uncover
we sold
one,
every one. Yeah,
if you uncover one, we have to get it. Like
we do.
Like an archive.
I would love to find. So whenever I go through that little section back there where his stuff is, then if I do uncover one, we'll show it. But it would be cool. He just had a black rim around it, and then he would take it in and sew it, get the sewer in there, and just sew it onto it, and then just would fold it up.
Fold it away it goes. It's collapsible, yeah.
In a blue bag that was made out of the sort of the denim blue or something.
Okay.
It wasn't like blue jean.
No,
but it was like
heavy.
A blue thing, and we sold hundreds of those things, and he'd sit back there and just make them, and we'd take them to camera shows and sell them. But yeah, things like that, he watched and had a blast, and it reminded him of some things that we'd done in the past that he'd forgotten about. Right.
Well, I mean, I made those leather wrist straps that you're almost sold out.
I sold everything except the light brown.
I know. What's up with that, guys?
The one color that people sit there and go, no, I want the other ones.
Well, I guess I'll have to make some more
dark browns and the black ones that just were hot potatoes.
So, other thoughts that Dad might have had on the videos?
No, he said
he had a good time watching them.
He had a great time watching them, and also he said, yeah, I learned stuff about the film, what's going on with the film, and he says, y'all have fun doing that. I said, yeah, we do.
So the videos have now become training videos for all new employees, right? It's like you must watch at least, I don't know, 15 hours worth of videos, and then you're.
How many hours do we have? 50 hours?
I don't know.
You did that one time. It was like, if we have 50 hours of videos.
I mean, yeah, it's at least 50 hours if by average they're 30 minutes a piece. Yeah, we've done more than 100. So
you have to watch at least half of it, 25 hours.
You have to watch at least half of them. So if you consider yourself a diehard Don's Used Photo fan, you should watch at least half the videos.
If there was a way that people could prove that they've watched them all, we should give them a roll of film or something. But there's not a way they can prove that I'm aware of.
So like I said, we are off subject. Thanks for indulging us, and happy anniversary here to us. And please do keep on watching. Share, like, subscribe,
we're not over
tell your
yet.
friends.
Yeah, we're not over.
So in a moment we're going to talk about our Italian friends.
Okay, let's
No, we're not done. We're going to talk about our Italian friends right now, but please, after that, we're going to talk about my snake incident after that. We're going to end the show with a snake incident. So please stay tuned for that. So it's coming up.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, exactly. Stay tuned. Todd,
yes.
I understand you got a special package in this week.
Man, I did. Oh my God! After much stress,
and your lack of the Italian language.
No, they actually we just emailed, so their translation did very well. It was good. Yes.
Did your money translate into their money?
They took American dollars.
Ooh.
Yes, they did. And evidently they converted it to euros and not Italian liras or whatever they call it.
No, they only do euros now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, they did it to that. But it was stressful in finding the person then once I found the person, getting everything set up of how I could do this.
Right.
And then I finally said, okay, you need to just wire transfer this much money to us.
Well, what company are we talking about? Because we haven't officially mentioned their name.
Okay. Our favorite.
Our
film
favorite film company right now.
Film Ferrania.
Film Ferrania.
Yes.
Film Ferrania.
It's a Ferrania, and you have to wave your hands. And that's Italian. So we actually got all that done. I wired them the money, and I'm sitting there going, so okay, we will ship it out when we get the money.
Okay.
All right.
They got the money.
Well, I'm sitting there going, okay.
How do I get the money?
They got the money.
Yeah.
Okay, how long is it going to take?
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking that it was like, okay, hey, we got the money. The Americans, the suckers, gave it to us. And then it was going to go right out.
The Nigerian prince scam all over again.
Yeah. And they said, well, they got the money. And then about a week later,
Okay.
they sent it. And of course, I talked to some people and said, hey, yes, I got it coming in. It's coming in through customs. I got to pay the taxes on it.
Okay.
And a lot of different things, a lot of hoops. And then, of course, I got nervous because somebody says, when we deal with this, you better get that within 5 days or they will ship it back.
Okay.
Oh, my gosh. So nervous because it's coming up.
Right.
They sent me a notice, and it's before July 4th.
Ooh.
So I am
dangerously
thinking,
close to the holiday.
Because it's not their holiday. Mm-hmm. So does the 5 days include that 4th or not? And I started getting very, very anxious because it was a Friday. So does it include Saturday, Sunday? Mm-hmm. And there were a lot of anxious thoughts about this.
Okay.
Because I got the notice that they had shipped it. And I'm sitting there going, okay, how long does it take? Not long at all.
Right.
Evidently, it just went pretty much overnight.
Okay.
And then I got the letter from the people who were going to send it to us.
Okay.
And it says,
I got
hey,
an official letter from the
email.
Italian government.
Okay, not an email. I got a text on my phone, which I hate texts on the phone because I got a flip phone. Mm-hmm. They didn't send me an email. They sent
I
me
cannot
a
communicate
message.
with this man because he's somewhere in the 1990s with his telephone
And
technology.
I am sitting there looking at this thing, okay, and it says go to here. And of course, their go to here was totally screwed up because is it an I, is it a capital I, is it a small L, or is it a 1? Mm-hmm. And is it a 0 or an O? And I'm trying to sit there, do combinations on the internet to go to this site and figure it out.
Right.
I could not get the site to come up, and each day, a day's ticking off. And I finally reached something. I don't even, on the internet. Finally reached something on the internet, paid the duty.
Duty?
He said duty.
He said duty on film.
Paid the duty, and maybe it's duty.
It probably is.
Yeah, probably. Makes more sense now.
It does, really. Oh, duty.
So,
you mean like the tax?
The tax
Okay, yeah.
on it. And I'm going, yes, I got the tax. Okay, that's done. And the guy said, it's confirmed. Okay, it's confirmed. It's done and confirmed. So, boom, it should be out.
Right.
Another day goes by. Yes, it will be here by close of day. Forgot what day it was. Monday, I don't know. It was one of the days.
It was either Thursday or Friday.
No, I sent it Friday, so it's like, I don't know what day. But it said it'll be here. So I stayed here till 9:30. And I'm sitting there going, okay, I will stay. If it's by the end of the day, I will
I will
stay.
be here.
And I did cleaning up and had the front door unlocked and everything.
Yeah. What time did he get here?
Didn't. Which exactly was my thought.
You're thinking,
So
oh no,
I
they sent it back.
Type in, and I'm sitting there going, okay, here's my tracking number. What's going on?
Where's it at?
We're still waiting for your duty to be paid. And that time it is duty.
Okay.
Not duty, it's duty.
Okay.
Because I'm sitting there going, I paid. I even got confirmation on my flip phone, this has been paid. And I'm trying to call, and it takes like 30 minutes to figure out how to get a hold of a human being.
Oh, yeah.
And And
I
they
mean,
go,
if you were to call the shop right now, try to get hold of me, it's at least 45 minutes. I would not answer the phone at all.
no, not right now. And oh, I didn't turn my phone on.
Whoops.
But the so I'm sitting there trying to figure out. Okay, I call and they said yes, we have gotten your payments. It's cleared, and then I type it in. It says we're still waiting on your payments. So their whole system was yes, no. We got it. We don't. We're waiting.
Mm-hmm.
And then I am trying to sit there and figure out what the heck's going on. And I click the little thing, thank goodness, that says, okay, send me an email when it's out. Because at least then when it goes out,
You know,
I'll get an
clearly
email.
this is not an analog problem.
I don't know what.
Because had you filled out a form on a piece of paper,
well,
it would have taken 3 more weeks to get.
Probably would have. Well, that was my fear. Because if I went and picked it up, it wouldn't be till July 9th.
That is true. Okay, so as riveting as this story is.
Yeah, the thing, I say, okay, I went to go pick up my dad to bring him over here, and I get a text on my thing, and it says, hey, it's on the way. And I'm sitting there going, crap. So I called, and I finally got a hold of somebody, and I'm driving back, maybe a little fast, and I'm trying to get here. I said, okay, if I'm not there, tell the guy to give it to the neighbor on the left.
Okay.
And release the signature requirement.
Okay.
Don't sit it on the porch and just leave it. And I'll be there in about 15 minutes because I got my dad. I didn't tell him that, but I got my dad with me, and we're coming over.
I got a VIP in the car.
That's right. That's right. And I had to pick him up from the airport now. So I am rushing back here, get here, and then I type on, and it says, "It's on its way. You're like the next stop."
Ooh.
And I'm waiting.
And waiting.
And waiting. About 3 hours later. I was like, where did the guy stop? So
He stopped for
finally
lunch.
Got it in. One big box in which had a thing on it, take duty paid. And I'm sitting there going, yes. All right, got it. And I couldn't wait to open it up here, sorry.
So fantastic. You got a shipment in from Film Ferrania, and now you have more P30.
I got 300 more rolls of P30.
It's great, guys. He's got P30 now.
Yeah, but we've had P30. So
but all that buildup, but you got P30 in.
I did. 300 more rolls. So I got 300 some odd
So
rolls.
that's what you got, right?
Yes, I did. 300 rolls.
I don't know. So what's the big deal? You've already had P30.
I got this blue box.
You
blue
got
box.
P30 in a blue box.
Yes. And,
Actually, guys, he got Orto.
Orto.
He got Orto in 35 millimeter, 36 exposure rolls.
Yes, and I'm probably one of the first people in the U.S. to have it.
Yes. However, guys, we did at least 2 lovely videos. About one specifically about Orto review, which I'm going to put that link above his head.
People are watching both of those reviews now. Since I've put that out, because I put it up and I said, hey, watch our review on this film. We actually have some information that's correct about it on that video. It is. It's true.
Some information is correct. Some information is questionable. But we had a good time no matter what.
Well, it doesn't matter. We had a great time on it.
We had a great.
But I finally, after all of that stress, got that Orto in.
See, this is going to disturb his OCD right there.
Yeah, it is. It is. But it is great because I've actually started selling it. And people are watching. What's funny though is that a lot of people are watching the P30 review more than the Orto. Okay. So it's getting it out, and I've got it right here now. So this is one
of the few walk-in shops in the country right now that actually has both P30 and Orto available. You can walk in today and get it. As a matter of fact, like I said, it's July 3rd. I'm going to be surprised if I don't see this stuff walking off the shelf today.
Yeah, today.
Because somebody's going to be standing right where that camera is, and they're going to say, what do you got that's new? And you're going to say, I got Orto in. They're going like, oh yeah, let me have some of that.
Yep. I actually pre-sold 3 rolls. The guy came in and picked it up. I was going to sell more, and then I found out that, hey, they may not be in the U.S.
They might not be, but
so,
hey,
all that.
Kudos to Todd for going the extra mile. Although the American rep was no longer here to handle this for us. Now we actually have, you actually got some. You did the hard work. You got it in. It's on the shelf. This is the extra mile that he goes through.
Yeah, and this was, we had a blast shooting this stuff.
Oh yeah, we had a great time.
And next time.
It was blue bonnet season.
Yeah, it was. I love those little cotton balls out in the field.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's Orto film. It's orthochromatic film, guys.
And it doesn't see the light blues very well. It kind of turns it white.
You know,
Dark blue is black.
without doing a wet plate, tintype, or something like
Yeah.
that, which is also orthochromatic and white, that's essentially the feeling you're going to get. It's a little bit old timey to it. It gives the cotton eye look if you've got blue eyes. All that kind of great stuff.
It's really kind of fun. It's different. It's unique. It's probably even different than the Ilford Ortho.
Yeah, the Ilford Ortho.
And probably different because this has more silver in it.
Okay.
Tighter grain.
Yeah.
With it. So
oh yeah.
Anyway,
so both of these films actually had a super fine grain.
Yes, super fine grain. And I mean, whenever you have a little blackbird, it was a few hundred yards away.
Yeah, that was
and
the
you
P30.
blow it up, and you don't see any grain in it. You just see a solid black wings, head, tail, bird. Now you can't see the eyeball. I mean,
yeah,
it's not like that,
it was
but
tiny.
It was a speck on the thing. In fact, I'm sitting there going, "Oh man, we got dust on there."
Nope,
But
it was a bird.
It was a bird, and you don't see any grain in the bird that far away. So a lot of fun stuff. This is great to shoot for the summer because you don't have to get outside and shoot it. You don't have to worry about the slow speeds.
Yeah.
And
what
you don't
is
have
the
to
speed on the?
It's 50.
Oh, 50. Correct, because this is 80.
80.
Right, so this is
80
50.
and 50.
So nice, hot, bright, sunny days.
Yes.
50.
And I've got less than 300 rolls now. It's already starting to move. But yes, thankfully we got that. Now I understand the whole process, and when the next thing comes out, which I'm hoping will be soon, it will be far easier to order, a lot less stress, and I'll probably just set up an
He's already
account.
jumped through all the hoops just for you guys. I'm pretty sure he can do it again.
And I am hoping, what I will most likely do is just set up an account with the delivery service, and in that way have it, just everything a lot smoother.
Yeah.
They know who I am, I know who they are. But yeah, I had the whole wire transfer thing. And then of course later on, they don't tell you, but later on you get a deduction from your account that sits there and goes, transfer fee. And it's like,
oh, they got me again.
yeah, so there's the wire transfer, there's the cost of the film, the transfer fee, and the duty.
Everybody wants a taste.
Sure.
Everybody wants a taste of the action, you know.
Yeah, and so now it's here. But thankfully, it'll be easier for the next group of stuff.
Yeah, the next
in.
go around.
Yeah.
Now that he knows
But
all
I am
these
so
extra
excited
fees.
to have this stuff in here.
Well, that's fantastic. It's here. It's on the wall. The wall is growing.
Pretty soon, this whole shelf will be Ferrania.
Well, we should hope so. All right, so guys, we're going to wrap up the show here. We're going to talk about the snake incident. I was on vacation. Did you go on vacation?
What's a vacation?
He doesn't ever go on vacation.
My vacation days are when it ices over and nobody can come.
And nobody can go into the store.
So I stay next door and watch TV. That for the past 5 years. That's my vacation. Prior to that, my vacation would be go to a camera show, drive up to Omaha, Nebraska.
Right.
The drive was my vacation. I
Aw.
have not had a vacation in 20 years.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
That's okay.
All right.
I'm used to it.
So anyways, I took vacation because I don't work here. We went down to Galveston. I say we. It was the lovely Mrs. Holga
I
and
saw your photos.
and Sherlock, my dog, and I had first, second, and third place daughters and their families.
my
So
goodness.
which also included
it
mini
was
Holga.
the whole wingding.
Right. I had just essentially just us and the kids.
Yeah.
And we went. We rented ourselves a beach house right there on the beach. So it's like, hey, what are we doing? Well, we're going to the beach. Well, where's the beach? It's right there. It's
Right
just
there.
right.
Yeah.
Just walk across the dune, and you're right there.
There you go.
And of course, I did take a very nice, lovely, and I'll share it with you guys. Another family photo.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, it's not on film. I have considered your displeasure in the fact
You
that I am not
disappoint me.
shooting. Well, you know what I need is a remote trigger.
Well,
And so I'm going to work on that because I'm thinking like
They
the
have
F6
those.
might actually have a remote trigger.
it's you can pretty much launch a spaceship with that thing. So
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's got something there. Or even the little timer that says counts down from 15 seconds, so you can run and get in front of it.
True. And so I'm going to work on this, but I need a little bit of practice. Unfortunately, it's so much easier with digital because I can
Yeah.
run back there and see that it took a picture. Okay, I can't do that with. So you need to be
All right.
extra sure that it is. So
How does this-
look at there, I did it.
I know,
Anyways,
I know. And yes, I heard it.
so I took cameras.
Uh-huh.
I took my Nikon D750, obviously for the digital. I took my Pentax 645N which is taking the medium format. I took my Holga, which I unfortunately didn't use. I took my Ondu pinhole, which I didn't use. I hate it when I take cameras that I don't use, but I had at least 2 camera bags with the cameras. I'm really surprised Mrs. Holga didn't say, you really need to put one of those camera bags back because you're just not going to use it.
Sure, yeah, but how many bags did Mrs. Holga have?
So I did take
No answer.
I did take my Nikon F6 with me.
Yeah.
And the 14 to 24 millimeter lens that
how did
I
that
bought
work?
from you. Well, I haven't developed anything yet, but I love the lens.
Yes.
I do. This is a very nice wide angle lens, and it really gives that environmental type portrait shots because unless if you zoom in up on somebody's face, they're going to look distorted. So you're going to want to get a whole body shot, and you're going to have a person and the beach or the building and everything else that goes with it.
Looks impressive on the camera.
You know what looks even more impressive? Because it's July 4th.
Uh-huh. Oh! Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba, 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 ba.
How did I get one of those?
I don't know. How did you do that?
Me and my friend eBay, I saw that one person you had in here with this camera strap. I was like, I need this camera strap.
Yeah.
So somebody had me a gift card, and I said, you know what? eBay gift card. Yes, it's going to work. So having a great time with my F6
All right.
on holiday. So the snake story, because every good vacation involves a snake story.
So you're on the beach.
Well, actually, there are dog stories too. There's too many dogs on the beach, and it's like people just disrespecting the whole thing. It's horrible. Anyway, I'll leave it at that because that was aggravating me because all the dogs on the beach, and nobody's got them on a leash. And of course, as you know, and I know,
they weren't cleaning up. after
Mrs.
them.
Holga was, the last time we were in Galveston, was bit on the bum by somebody's loose dog. And so we were trying to be extra vigilant this time and say, hey, no, you need to control your dog before I'm even going to get in this area. So, which, ruins our vacation. Anyways, so my boys, my first and second place sons-in-laws, that's the boys, they were downstairs where the grill was, and they were just kind of hanging out. There's just some Adirondack chairs. They're down there. They're doing a little drinking, and it's getting late. And one of them looks over his shoulder and goes, "Is that a snake? That's a snake. Yeah, that's a snake." I said, it's time to leave. I'm just going to go upstairs. It's a snake. And of course, then one conversation leads to another. Is it a snake? Not a snake? What kind of snake it is? And of course, the younger boys are like, well, I want to go down there and see the snake.
Yeah, I want to see the snake.
And so, we're like, we don't want anybody in the emergency room on holiday.
No.
But they still go down there and they throw something at it. And what does the snake do? He starts rattling.
Oh, wow. You should be able to see rattles.
Well, it was dark at the time.
Okay.
So you could hear the rattle.
Yes.
And we're like, okay, great. So everybody goes to bed. It's late. I know that Sherlock needs to go out one more time. It's like about midnight. And I'm thinking, there's a snake down there.
Yeah.
And so I've got all sorts of flashlights and headlights, and I'm lighting the way. And then, there's a piece of trash there, and they're kind of freaking me out. It's like, okay, let's get in. Let's get back up quickly. I neglected to tell Mrs. Holga that we had spotted a snake. She had already gone to bed.
Oh, no.
So she had taken Sherlock out first thing in the morning, out and came back up. And then later we had explained to her there was a snake down there. She goes, is it by the grill? He goes, yeah, it's by the grill. She goes, you mean where Sherlock was sniffing this morning? You guys don't think you should have left me a note?
Yes.
It's like, well, where would we have left this note? She goes, in the food bowl for the dog.
That actually is common sense. That's logical.
Well, now that she says it like that, that makes a lot of sense. So, my first place daughter did call the animal control or the Galveston police, and kudos to them, Johnny on the spot, because she used some very, I wouldn't say she used suggestive words. She used keywords like, we are held hostage by a snake right now. I think was close to her words. We identify with people who are in danger.
Yeah.
So they actually came pretty quickly, animal control and 2 police officers with one of those nice little grappling hooks, and they had said rattlesnake out of there in no time flat. Wow. Unfortunately, too fast for me to get a good photo of I wanted to take a picture of the guys with the snake.
Yeah. Hey, hold it up.
But they had it in the bag. They were no business.
No
nonsense.
Do not fool around.
They do not fool around. It's a rattlesnake. Let's get it out of there. But I did have the one picture which I'll share with you guys there. I did get with 3-4 feet and took a quick little picture of it.
Yeah,
good times.
Yep, a movie that just came out. So a good line from a movie that just came out from a previous movie from the same thing. Snakes. I hate snakes. Who?
That's what Indy.
Yeah,
Indy.
Indiana
I hate
Jones.
snakes.
Probably in one of his first movies.
Oh,
videos.
yeah. And
Oh my
Raiders.
God.
Raiders.
Raiders.
Yeah. Well, it's
Yeah.
video now.
Yeah.
Straight to tape. No. Not this one.
They say this new one is probably going to go pretty much straight to tape.
That's good because I might not go see it in theaters.
Yeah. So, wow, rattlesnake on the beach.
Rattlesnake. Well, there were snakes. There were bunnies. There were
Dogs.
sharks. There were like little bitty sharks. I at least saw 2 or 3 sharks being caught. Obviously, there were dogs. There were seagulls. There were pipers. Not Piper the birds.
Yep.
Things like that. So
Not
quite the
Piper
menagerie.
Paraboo?
No.
Not her? Okay.
No, there's quite the menagerie of wildlife on the Galveston. So I highly recommend it.
Yeah. All right, man. So
That's it for us, right?
that's it for us. Good time to wrap it up.
Certainly is.
Thank you for watching. And I went and looked last night. I haven't seen this morning.
Okay.
Half of the year, our hours watched are almost 2,000.
Really?
And half the year, if we
quite
can
a good
do
chunk.
over half the 2,000 in the next half of the year, that gets us over 4,000.
That's
for the
good.
year.
And guys, thank you
that.
for
Thank you for
watching.
watching.
Please do share, like, subscribe.
And when you come into the store, if you're not a subscriber, somewhere up here on this, you got your drink on. Don't get it
It's a coaster.
wet. It's a coaster.
It's a coaster. I made it.
Mine.
I made
Mine.
it. And see how he
Mine.
treats me?
Mine.
All right, guys. Just scan this.
Scan that, because we do
If they're already
appreciate-
watching the video, they've already subscribed, right?
Well, they can have a friend, they can tell. And they may not have, they can be watching and not subscribing.
Oh, guys.
So,
we'll see you next time. We'll see you next time.
Subscribe.
I'm
We
going to
want
usher him
2,000.
out now. Come on, let's
2,000.
go.
We want it. 2,000.
2,000 what, Todd?
I want my 2,000 subscribers. Oh, that's what fell.
There you go. Now that you've knocked it over again.
Yeah, well, it stepped on it.
It's because of all this quote unquote cleaning. I didn't do that.
All
I
right.
did not do that.
The speed which you walked past it,
The
just
wind,
sucked it.
the vortex. Did you see Flash?
I'm tired of the multiverse. Everything's multiverse.
I'm tired of all these super people who just don't die.
I'm not even looking at you whenever we talk, so I just don't see you. I don't see it.
Wait.
I just hear it.
Wait, you're saying when you watch our old videos, you're only looking at yourself?
Oh, no, in person, whenever I'm watching the videos. And I hear it whenever in person. I just try to ignore you.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
All right, man.
Just
Things
ignore
like
him.
this.
Just ignore him.
Yeah, that's how I grew up in
Look away.
my childhood.